Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome to Heartworm, the second game that got the least amount of votes on the poll. If you're watching this, then that means that I'm goated and the poll was bait, and I am simply recording all of the games. It's look who it is. I'm recording all of them. I've already recorded a couple episodes of Hollow Body. I'm going to record a couple episodes of Heartworm. Then we're going to do a couple episodes of Labyrinth. Then we're going to do a couple episodes of Villainess. Alright. Graphics retro. Graphics modern. Ooh, I actually like... Okay, so here's the thing, right? This looks good. But this is the aesthetic that I'm, like, kind of nostalgic for. You know what I mean? Like, the early, like, PS2, like, maybe even, like, GameCube. This is, like, PS1. But I'm, like, I really like... It's a little smooth. Like, I think the game's intended to be played like this. Because these are all the default options. Tank movement or modern. Camera relative. Oh. I don't like these options, man. Like, I understand why you do. I understand why. I'm just gonna leave it all on the default, I think. I think I'm just gonna all leave it on the default. Because it's like... I just want to play the game how it was meant to be played, you know what I mean? It's all default, chat. It's all default. Although I do like the quote-unquote modern, even though it's, like, very GameCube coded. You know, like, I'm a sucker for, like, the outward on low graphics, the GameCube. I mean, listen, like, that's what I got the most nostalgia for, you know what I'm saying? November 5th? Pools are nice. Yeah, I can agree with that. Pools are, like, generally alright. I think pools are fine. Yo, homie hitting the pose?
Sorry you haven't heard from me in a while.
It's look who it is.
Busy, trying to find out about this place. You're not gonna believe me, and I don't even know if I really believe it myself, but I guess a part of me must, because I'm going.
Surrounded by death.
On an abandoned road, a few miles from that power plant in the mountains. It was hard to find anything about it. I started on message boards, and I ended up in a chat room talking with people who know people who know people who've gone.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, no.
All agreed on is that in that house, there's a room that can take you to the other side, to see the people that you've lost again. The thing is, no one who's gone has ever come back, and that's why I'm writing you. Not for advice, not to get you to talk me out of going. Actually, by the time you read this, I'll already be there. I just wanted to let you know, in case I don't come back. That way you won't be wondering where I've gone.
The
Either
Black
way,
Widow.
You don't have to worry about me anymore. I'm sorry, but I don't have any other choice.
I feel like you have every choice imaginable.
I just can't keep going on not knowing.
I feel like you literally have every choice imaginable. Like, this is one of those things where it's like, you know, cave crawlers or like cave spelunkers who have to like suck in their chest and like exhale all the air in their body so they can squeeze through the like 9-inch gap or whatever. You know, it's like, I generally feel like, and this is true, you could just simply not put yourself in that situation. Left joystick moves you around. You can run by holding square while moving forward. If you're using modern controls, you will always run, and the joystick will control your speed depending on how far it is pushed. Interaction and equipment. You can interact with many items in the world by pressing X. Some will stand out more than others. You can equip or use some items you find, such as your camera. After you've picked it up, open your inventory with triangle. Select the camera and equip eggs, and then the equip action. Alright, we're gonna switch to modern controls. If it was like... Okay, we got the movement, never mind. Oh, my camera's on the top of the... Will you take the camera? Yes. Equip the camera. Ah, okay, okay. I'm getting the hang of it. Sorry, some tank controls I like. Some tank controls I do not like.
Sometimes I wonder if I spend more time thinking about death than the average person. My grandfather died a while back. I know it happens to everyone, but it almost feels like I'm obsessed.
Girl.
It's frustrating.
Yes.
No matter what I try, my thoughts always circle back to the one thing I can't control: my own mortality. I came all the way out here not knowing if I'll get the answers I need. I just hope it's worth it.
You are going to an abandoned house near a nuclear power plant to go to the other side. That means you're gonna die. You're gonna get murdered by a serial killer. The room that takes you to the other side is the murder room. This would be like a crazy, like, motion control thing. Like, if this game was made on, like, the Wii U or whatever, when you aim, you would have to then, like, tilt the Wii U gamepad. Roads closed. Motherfucker. Pleasure Beach 1. I don't know if I want to read this. I finally went to explore Pleasure Beach today. It's been on my list forever, and the forecast was perfect, but unsurprisingly, I ended up in over my head. When I got there, everything was pretty normal. There were folks on the shore having a picnic, enjoying the beautiful summer day, and the usual kids messing around on the playground across the street. I grabbed my camera, locked my car, and started making my way across the land bridge. It took maybe 30 minutes to cross, longer than I expected. The island seemed to be completely empty, so I began searching through the abandoned homes, confident in my solitude. So many of them were destroyed, roofs and walls collapsed from years of disregard. Some houses so decrepit I couldn't even enter, but there was just enough left that I began to really feel bad for these people. They had no time to pack and leave. Family photos were strewn across the floors, and belongings were still packed in drawers. I even saw a table that looked like it had been set for dinner. However, many years ago, my sympathy turned into suspicion as I ventured further. Many of the houses had the same red graffiti in their attics. Markings and symbols I had never seen before. I assumed it was just some kids messing around, but something about it began to trigger my paranoia. I noticed the sun was setting as I reached the end of the residential area. It was strange. I could have sworn it had only been a couple hours. The last time I checked my watch, it was before noon, but now the clock read 7:30 p.m. I brushed it off as just losing track of time. It was frustrating. I hadn't even gone to half the town, but I knew I had to head back. The land bridge would be submerged soon if it wasn't already. Sure enough, as soon as I turned the corner to where I had entered earlier, I was greeted by nothing but the sea. The entire land bridge was underwater. I was stuck and alone, or so I thought. Knock, knock, knock. Oh yeah, this is pretty bad. Flash. Some areas are too dark to see without help. You can use the camera flash without consuming ammo by not aiming and pressing RB. Like a LiDAR. Pleasure Beach 2. It was darker than any night I could remember. The island was far enough offshore that there was no light pollution, and in almost no time I was wandering in the pitch blackness. It was cold, too. The breeze coming over the water contrasted heavily with the mild weather. That day I didn't have much of a plan, but I knew that if I was stuck, I would have to find a place to stay warm. I made my way back to the houses, which were much, much more terrifying in the night. I turned to look down on the street and froze mid-step. I could barely see due to the lack of light, but it looked like another person was standing there, right in the middle of the street, staring at me motionless. I tried to rationalize, but in that situation, my sanity was already being tested. I called out to them with a strained hello, praying to God that it was just some teenager and not whatever nightmare my mind was conjuring. No response, no movement, nothing. I looked around and noticed some of the windows in the attics of the house looked like there was a dim light coming from them. Candles, maybe? But I had been here all day. I didn't see anyone. It didn't make any sense. As every possible scenario, none of which seemed to end well for me, raced through my mind. One rationale thought broke through and reminded me I had my camera. I could trigger the flash on demand without using the little film I had left to illuminate my surroundings. I was so scared I almost didn't want to. What if there really was something there and using my camera would only alerted my presence? Finally, you just shouted hello. I pressed the flash trigger, everything around me lit up. I saw nothing. The figure in the road, it was gone. The light coming from the windows, gone. It was just a silent, long, dead town and me. The rest of the night was uneventful. I used my camera flash to navigate the ruins, found the closest house with 4 intact walls, locked the door to one of the bedrooms, and fell asleep against the wall. I woke up the next morning and booked it across the land bridge. I don't think I'll go back to Pleasure Beach. I mean... interesting. West 4? I am just like, nyum, nyum, nyum. Not sure why they even needed all the... Oh, wait, I can walk up to things and have her give the anecdotes? This is perfect. It's locked with a pretty heavy-duty one at that. Yeah, there's writing on the wall, right? Oh. Oh! I just took a photo. I didn't mean to do that. How much film do I have? 23? I have 23 bangers. Elise, Mary, Paula. Elise, Mary, Paula. Jacob, June, Vincent, Sarah. Yeah, these are probably people who died. Or people who came to... That's probably the room that takes you to the other side. If I had to be honest with you. I mean, we could try, like, Sarah or, like, Paul or something. I got a little scared there. I have to remember not to flash unless I, We're just exploring. Just creaking open the door. I gently open the door. What could be behind here? Demons? The scariest things imaginable? A save room? Narcissus, he thought all men trickled away, changing constantly until they finally dissolved, while the artist created images remained unchangeably the same. He thought the fear of death was perhaps the root of all art, perhaps also of all things of the mind. We fear death, we shudder at life's instability, we grieve to see the flowers wilt again and again, and the leaves fall, and in our hearts we know that we too are transitory, and we will search for the laws and formulate thoughts. It is in order to salvage something from the great dance of death, to make something that lasts longer than we do. Perhaps the woman after whom the master shaped his beautiful Madonna is already wilted or dead, and soon he too will be dead. Others will live in his house and eat at his table, but his work will still be standing hundreds of years from now and longer. It will go on shimmering in the quiet cloister of the church, unchangingly beautiful, forever smiling with the same sad flowering mouth. Damn, that's pretty messed up, dude. Oh, it's smoke. Okay, I was wondering what that was. So many books. If I had the time, I would enjoy it here. I like the reflection. The rat? That was a possum, wasn't it? Are we gonna, like, ignore that? Item boxes. Inventory space is limited. Item boxes can store items until you need them. Each item box is connected to every other, so they all share the same items. It's best to only carry what you need. Okay, cool. Well. Yo, we can heal our reason if we need to? Awesome. I understand why there's a thing in the... to skip door animations now. I understand. Well, we saved, so... Also, why does this abandoned house still have, Why does this abandoned house still have electricity, a running computer, Father's journal. I finally put the pieces together the day you asked where John was. At first I was confused, thinking maybe you forgot the exact address but wanted to send a letter. I laughed and replied with the address of the home of our son. Our son had been living for the past 2 years with his wife and a new grandchild. I won't ever forget the look you gave me. Perplexed and confused, you asked, what is he doing there? When I told you that he moved there for his job, the expression on your face darkened. I could tell something wasn't adding up for you, but you just slowly shook your head and walked away. How could you forget that? I knew we were both getting on in the years. Forgetting little things was understandable, but we had gone to meet our granddaughter only months ago. I wanted to believe it was just a momentary confusion. To this day, I still wish. So, we're already, like, fighting demons here, okay? We're already dancing with death. We're already fighting demons. I'm getting, like, lost in the sauce here. A dirty old couch. Alright, let's go in the kitchen with onions. We're in the kitchen with onions. Just checking behind me, just in case. There's another one. Why are there... What is this? Why are we taking pictures of them? Not my first rodeo. Like, are those collectibles? Do we have to find them for the secrets? I don't really like being in here. I don't really like being in this room. I don't really like being scared. I don't really like being with the demons of Babylon. Oh, yeah. Will you take bandage? Yes, I will. Combining. Select an item in your inventory, choose combine from the context menu, and select the second item to combine it with. Bandage and antiseptic on their own, or combine them for a first aid kit, which heals a larger amount. I mean, here's the thing. The more important aspect of this is saving inventory space. I see that you are giving me... Oh, we're back through this way. Oh no, this is a different room. The painting looks like it would disintegrate if I touched it. Huh. I mean, you're giving me health pickups, and we haven't even fought an enemy yet, so... I'm a little bit scared. Okay, how about the corner here? I mean, we've got loot. We gotta go store some item boxes. I mean, I'm expecting to get jumped in the area where we're getting, like, healing supplies for the first time, you know what I mean? Like, I'm expecting to have to use them. Just like a little thing on the floor. Oh my god. Ah! This must be like the main entranceway to the house. And if we tried to go in the main entrance with like the main hall, it would have been like the door is stuck or whatever. Alright, just scanning. Just scanning for safety. Keeping an eye out for the possums. We went to see the doctor today at last. It's hard to make it out all the way to the city. When we were younger, it seemed like such a charming idea to have a house so isolated. It was our own little world. Now just getting groceries in town is a hassle. I made the appointment and made sure you were ready to go. I could tell you didn't know why we had to. You didn't think anything was wrong. I've always had my head in the clouds. I'm fine. You're overreacting, you would tell me over and over. I didn't even want to think about whether you remembered the reason why this was necessary. We were waiting on the scan results now, but based on how you were with the doctor, I'm not hopeful. You had trouble answering his questions and kept looking to me for answers. God, why is this all happening so fast? I held your hand over the stick shift as I drove home. Well, you cried softly to yourself. I can't help but hate myself for thinking it, but I think we're close to the end. How did this happen so quickly? Only months ago, the sounds of your singing filled the house as you tidied up, did the dishes, and cooked us dinner. Now you barely get out of bed. Something inside you has broken. Half the time, you look at me and see a stranger, but you won't acknowledge it. You just turn over in the bed and try to go back to sleep. I wonder what you dream of. I hope it's of the last fragments of our beautiful life together. Well, that's pretty grim. This game did open with a thing that said this game has contents that can be considered violent and cruel, so you already know. Okay, maybe I can walk over to this painting. All of these paintings be a massive library. Oh no, dude. I don't want to find my book in this library. Not at all. If that's what we're here for, I'm getting the fuck out of here, man. I'm getting out of Dodge. I don't want to be here. The spooky ghost. This is outside, right? Yeah, it's the front door. It won't budge. Cool. Alright, we're going up into the abyss now. Survival guide map. You can access the map from your inventory or by pressing back. New areas you enter are automatically tracked, and you can gauge their level of completion based on the amount of static covering them. If there's still static over the room, there is more to be done there. Okay. This is a little frightening. Every time they give me a tutorial pop-up, we're in like a gothic castle, a snowy town. Bedroom poem. Only a few days to notice how you used to be. The changes were minor at first, forgetting your ring, leaving your keys, staring into nothing like you knew it was coming, and I saw it all too late. The bed you were buried in, trying not to be seen. Ghosts in white coats, what a terrible thing. Strangers, goodbyes, dreams of hearing you sing. The hours burns forever, 12:15. Well, we probably got to put that in the clock, because that got called out earlier. Hold on, we gotta look for possums. It's locked. Interesting. I do like the idea that the camera is essentially your flashlight, because you're using the flash on the camera. But I mean, I guess we're gonna scan a few different, we're gonna scan a few different points and see what happens. What the hell? Yeah, this place is not safe. Like, at all. I mean, we just read about the Pleasure Beach. How all that shit was a goddamn disaster. Father's Journal 3. I am alone in this house now. All I have left are the keepsakes of a long life together. Oh, Rose, looking at your young face, smiling and laughing on grainy film is the poison that sours my heart by the day. The heartworm? Question mark? Seeing you alive, but knowing you are gone is more than I can bear. At least I have our memories. You feel like maybe we should leave this house? That maybe something, like, super sinister and creepy is going on here, and, like, we're gonna get sent to hell or whatever? Like, seriously? What's going on here? Like, do you want to go to the other side? Like, who do you want to see? You clearly have somebody alive in your life. We need to go back to the storage box, because it's like anything that we get. We've almost run out of inventory I will take the attic key, yes, thank you. Guess the person who lived here didn't think about what he was leaving behind. What are you leaving behind? There's somebody in your life who cares about you that you feel like you need to leave them a goodbye note because you're going to hell. Like, ah, no, don't worry about it. I'm locked at the inn. Can we set you to 12:15, maybe? Okay. So this is noon, and this is like the 30. So guess we're looking for a different time then. How do we unlock this? Is this the attic? Is this the attic? Oh, okay. I will go over to the safe room, and we're gonna deposit all the stuff that we've got, because we're looting, except for the attic key, because we need to go to the attic. Box is this way, right? Yeah. Antiseptic. There we go. Keep the attic key on us, and we're good. Well, actually, let me save. Let me save the progress. Good old slot 3. It's weird. It does like an autocorrect thing. Like you can run the same way that you're running for like a half a second. And then you have to like readjust the stick. So it's like I can get used to that, but it's kind of like a little... Like if you're holding down and walking forward by doing that, and then the camera changes, you have to like flip it over. It's a little weird. This is the way to go, right? No, it's not. How did we go? How did we get to the... This is the... Oh no, this is the correct room. I don't need to use this right now. Very old key. Okay. Well, the only other place I can think of that was locked... I guess it's just a hatch that won't open, right? So... we can go this way. And then... Like, I don't want to turn off the door animation, because I think it's charming, but I also think that we could probably... Like, there should probably be a way to just, like, open the door faster. Or, like, skip it if it's a door you've already been through. Because I don't want to skip all the door animations. It's creepy. It adds tension. You don't know what's on the other side of the door. I unlocked the door with the attic key. I don't need it anymore. Discard it? Maybe it should just be consumed automatically, right? Like, this is tense. Like, you know, we're opening the attic door, but I don't need to open every door. Torn paper. The message seems hastily scribbled. If this is real, if this place is what they say it is, I don't even know how I'll feel. Will it answer the questions that I and everyone else who has ever lost someone have spent so long asking? And what if it does? Will it change anything? If I don't come back and someone finds this, I tried my best. We only found 2 possums, bad ending. Why is there a fridge up here? I don't know. People put their shit in, like, you know, where they have storage for it. Oh, it's a door. Okay. An object would fit. Well... there were some other places in the house that we haven't explored yet, so... let's see what we've got here. We've got the attic. The attic is, how do we go down? Okay, here we go. No, that's the, so the foyer and the dining room is incomplete. Yeah, the foyer and the dining room is incomplete. We can go back there. That's a handy feature. I like that. Now, I just need to find the foyer because, there's not really... okay, so 2 attic. So the foyer, which we're in right now, is an incomplete room. Which obviously means there's like a fucking possum hiding around here. There is this. Maybe we should try one of those names? Because we can't do a date, we don't have the numbers. So this is the dining room, and this is incomplete. I think this is the dining room? Why does it... the dining room has a staircase. Dining room, foyer, hallway, bedroom, bathroom, safe room, family room. We have not been to the family room. So where does this connect to? Oh, is this the dining room? Or is this like the... this is the front door area. I don't... this is the library, right? I think this is the library. Yes. The fireplace. And it is exploring? So there's something about the fireplace that we missed. Do we maybe need to light the fireplace? What did we miss, I wonder? Father's journal. Give me 1 second. Okay, so... I originally just had to use the restroom. I did like a OBS pause there. For you, it was but a second, but for me, it was like an hour plus. I don't know. I had to use the restroom, and then I just like went to go lie down for 80 years, and then I realized I've only got an hour before my raid, and now it's like I've got to finish recording this episode, then I gotta do a whoa, so... We're in the main area, we're in the main hall, we're in the front room. This is called the dining room. So we're exploring the dining room. The dining room, there's something left for us to do here. There's something left for us to do in the dining room. Maybe there's something to do with the boxes here? There's that green cup on the ground that I keep looking at for, like, literally no reason. Maybe there's something in the bookshelf back here? Oh no, this is not a bookshelf. This is a boarded up thing. The rooms to the side are the fireplace and the bathroom. What's in the bathroom again? Like, I feel like we've been in here and we got, like, an antiseptic, right? Yes. Okay, so we're done with this room. We don't have to care about this room anymore. Was there somebody else in the mirror? Did I hallucinate that? Was that my character in the mirror? Okay, so there's something in this room. There's something in this room that we have to do that's incomplete. I'm not seeing anything specifically. There was some stuff on the ground, but I think that's just kind of generic at this point. Like, let's go upstairs now. Ah, so this is still the same room, right? It's the same room. Wait, what do you mean there's a door here? Okay, so obviously then the dining room is this. Now we saw 12:15. But it was actually
12:15.
I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I get it. I'm dumb. I understand. For some reason, I was thinking of... I did a puzzle in the past where there were 3 hands of time. And that made me think, oh god. Yeah, how do you shoot so much video? Lucy, will you take the emblem part? Yes. It's only part of the emblem. Rose. Ah, okay. I was wondering if it would be her name. You think there's a possum here? This would be a pretty good place to hide a possum with the wide swinging camera angles. I feel like we should take a picture of Rose. That'll help us later. For sure. Although I am aware that film is like your ammo in this game. No possums, no possums, no possums. Okay, so with Rose, we should be able to... I can't believe I forgot, like, how the minutes, the long hand worked on the freaking clock. Okay, please let me out. Please let me out. So we are exploring, but we are done. There's no more static. If there was static, then that would mean there was something for us to go. I keep thinking there was like a, I don't think it was Mystery of the Druids. That was a different calendar time puzzle, but it's like, there was something where it was like, it was like there were 3 hands on the clock, and it was like hour, minute, and like second or something, or it was like hour, minute, and something. Alright, so Rose. Honestly, probably could have just brute forced this, but I'm glad we did it the right way, TM. Now, we did get an emblem part, so I'm going to save real quick. I think we're going to probably go... Like, here's the thing. I don't know when the save point's going to be in, like, the Persona Shadow World. So, I feel like we should probably end it before we go into the Persona Shadow World. I feel like there would be a save point when you get to the Persona Shadow World, right? Or when you get the hell. When Cheron goes vroom vroom and takes you to the underworld, something like that. But where's my freaking guide? Where's my executive manager? Where's my divine comedy? Well, this is ominous. Any possums? Survival guide, pushing. You can push some items to reveal new areas. Well, you know, I'm glad there wasn't any hesitation here. When you are close to a pushable object, a prompt will appear. Move towards the object while holding the button to push it. I'm glad that there was, like, that already stands out, you know what I mean? But, like, I am glad that, there's no ambiguity here. Ooh. Creepy perspective. Creepy perspective. There's a possum on one of these drawers. Don't even at me. Oh, see, we gotta actually push it the other way, because this is the way that reveals the possum. I don't know, no. Wait, is it actually the way that reveals the possum? What's going on over there? Why is there just a pushable in the corner, like right here? Like, what is this? I'm getting a little tossed and turned around here. The damp hasn't been kind to this place. There's a possum in the air vents. Oh, it's like a, it's one of these puzzles. See, arranging those in the specific order is like some shit you'd have to do in Lunacid. The mysterious back room. I'm still looking for that fucking possum. There's also some devious demon creeping throughout the house, so... Will you take the emblem part? Yes, I will. Father's Journal 4. I have to get up early to finish packing, but I can't sleep. I heard ungodly noises coming from the attic. Gonna take a look. I haven't been up there in years. Not like I have anything left to lose. Brother, are we gonna get chased through this by like some scary monster? I'm not ready to push my Where's the possum? I know there's a fucking possum in here somewhere. I'm not ready to like control my character through this. Like having to run through this. Oh my god, can you imagine tank controls? I would die. I would actually die. Where's the possum? Are you fucking kidding me? There's no possum here? Are you for real? The washing machine? No way. Very creepy place. Very creepy ambiance. I don't, like, think we're gonna get any monsters until, whatchamacallit, we go to the Shadow World, even though there was a demon in the house. They would never put a monster in the safe room. An intricately carved wooden emblem depicting a heart wrapped in thorns. Oh my god, slay the princess? No way. No way. Alright, we do a lot of saving, but it's fine. We're gonna go to the Shadow World. We're gonna go to the Shadow World, it's fine. Episode 1 of the series is always the longest, and, I don't know. We're just, Raid night will end early because we'll just kill the boss on the first pull. We're on Enrage of M7S, you know. We'll just kill the boss on the first pull. It'll be the easiest thing. It's this way, right? Not hallucinating that. Is there any area that we just completely... Alright, the only area we've got left is the attic, so we actually fully explored the zone. That's actually pretty cool. You kind of know when you're done with an area. Oh, the spooky door. Yeah, we're just gonna kill the M7S boss on the first pull, and it'll be great. It'll be easy, and then I'll be able to record the World of Horror, and everything will be peachy keen. God, the perspective warping on that's crazy. Maybe I should have brought the antiseptic. The door is unlocked. Me and the door,
colder
Ritsu.
all of a sudden. Something has changed. If I go through this door, I may not come back.
Don't go in there, Sam. Alright, we're getting the true ending. I can't use the camera, by the way. I'm trying. I can't use the camera. Give me the true ending. Give me the, we came to our senses and we left the building ending. I can't use the camera. I cannot use the camera. Never mind, I can use the camera again. Just let me go. Just let me go. Just let me go. We're gonna get the true ending. Or we're gonna get brutally murdered and get, like, a secret ending. Okay? We're gonna get the true ending. The true ending. Chat room? Here we go. Yeah, get me out of here. Let me leave. Let me go home. I really, like, is the game bugged or are we in a special state? Like, I can't use the, did I unequip the camera, maybe? No, it's equipped. Listen, I gotta know. I gotta know. This is me if I was a horror movie protagonist and I had the choice of no return, the point of no return. I would just simply get back in my car and I would leave, because I don't want to die. I'm not trying to outwit the medium. I'm not trying to be, like, the only survivor or the sole survivor or whatever. I'm just like, I don't want to be in that situation, you know? I'm going down the cave-delving rabbit hole, and it's like, you have to squeeze through, like, a... Oh. You fool, you're That scared the shit out of me, man. Excuse me? The bunny girl outfit? The rat girl outfit? What the hell? Alright, fine. We'll go back. We'll go into the room. I'm just saying that, like, you know, if it's like, hey, do you want to go in cave spelunking where you have to, like, exhale all the air in your body to progress through the cave, and if you get trapped in there, nobody will know, and if you get trapped in there, you'll die. Also, a bunch of people have died there. You know, it's like, why would you put yourself in that situation? It's like, you know, it's like, oh, would you like to go, like, diving in the water in this one, like, underwater pit, but there's, like, an underwater cave near here with one of those creepy skeleton signs? It's like, why would I fucking do that? Like, what would be the purpose of doing that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put myself in a situation where I am... Oh, it's not a rat girl, it's a possum girl. Duh. That's how you get the... That's what the possums are for. But, like, you know, I just simply wouldn't take the route where I get brutally murdered by, by demons or monsters. You know, it's like there was a viral tweet, viral zeet earlier where it was like, if you got, like, would you get trapped in a horror movie of your choice for like $1 million or something? And people were like, you know, Carrie, I would simply be nice to Carrie or not interact with her or something like that, right? It's like, no, you could pick like any horror movie and you're just trapped in there for 24 hours. You don't live there. You're just trapped there for 24 hours. You gotta survive. It's like, you could just simply... What a creepy door. You could just simply not put yourself in the situation where the ancient, like, Tibetan evil curse in the mountains is gonna kill you, you know? Like, you know, you could simply not go to the mountains and then be, like, massacred by some Yeti monster. You know what I mean? Oh. Okay. I'll take a photo of that. Seems like pretty good evidence for later. Or it'll scare the shit out of somebody who finds my camera. It's like, I know this person was, like, you know, you hear the testimony of this and you're like, oh, this person was on drugs. You see the photograph and you're like, oh, fuck, was the camera on drugs too? How does that even happen? This is one thing that's a little bit silly, is obviously because the fixed camera, they want to show you, like, all this cool shit. But you also have a way to look around, and it's like, I think that's kind of cool. Where's the possum? Where's the possum, you motherfucker? The knob is totally broken and won't turn. The door looks weak, but there's nothing behind it. Okay. Can we... I really need to quit. True! Smonking kills. Well, you know, we came all the way here and wasn't anything for us here. I was wondering if we could, like, hop the banister or whatever. Maybe we could fall down here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's... Look who it is. I don't really know why I thought that would help. Guy's creepy. Run! They gotta stop doing cutscenes in horror games, man. Did my controller disconnect? That's what happened. They gotta stop doing cutscenes in horror games. Damn, he's pissed. I mean, I would be pissed too if somebody broke into my house and then started, like, walking all over my staircase. The static, yo. That means there's shit to do here. I like how she completely forgot about blocking the door and now the guy's creeping in. Oh my god. Well, you're gonna get Persona 4'd. I cannot believe we're actually getting Persona. Like, I was making a joke about going to the Persona, like, Shadow World, but we're actually going to the Persona Shadow World. Ooh. We're the glitch. A software bug of sorts. Should have saved my camera film. I don't think we're I don't think we're gonna get a lot of camera film in the castle. Archive. Enter the archive. This is the archive? We've entered the archive. Ominous mist. Alright, cut in the Lunacid, that one guy from
What just
Lunacid.
happened? All those stairs and what was that thing chasing me? Now I'm somewhere. If this is the afterlife, it's not what I was expecting. Regardless of my expectations, I can't go back the way I came. Good. I'm not leaving until I get answers.
Knight's Try? Wait, what the fuck? Whee! Oh. Gonna put us in the fucking book. We're gonna turn the pages, alright. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum.